afternoon. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio. And joining me this afternoon is Chu Yong-Yi, all the way from Malaysia. Welcome, Chu.
My pleasure.
Chu is the Vice President of Corporate Travel for Shell. Chu, welcome. It's great to have you, and it's nice to have you here in Atlanta, Georgia.
My pleasure as well. It's really great to see you, Monisa.
Nice to see you as well. So we've got a lot of things that we want to talk about, and one being, of course, air travel bridges gaps between societies, fostering collaboration and productivity, but is also a major source of greenhouse gas emissions. How do you think buyers can help turn that around and come together to reduce their collective footprint?
That's a great question, Vanessa. I think there are three areas we can do collectively as a buyer. One is actually to have a unified belief system and principle approach, what they call a balanced energy transition. Because the world really needs to meet the growing demands for energy. We heard from the speaker just now around travel helps reconnect people, foster that connectivity. It requires energy. But at the same time, we need to move from an orderly transition into a low carbon energy system, whilst maintain a very secure and affordable energy supplies for the world. So that's number one. Number two, I believe that we need to learn our way through the energy transition, be okay to experiment, take calculated risks, and learn and pivot. We will need a range of solutions over time, whether biofuels, carbon credits, all have a role to play until we get to net zero. And I think it's okay that we do what we can with our travel program, learn what we can then change and pivot. I think last but not least is about partnership. To build a new energy system, it requires deep collaboration between all parties, policymakers, suppliers like Shell, but also the buyers. I think we can all bring together our collective capability to build the energy system so that over time it becomes competitive, affordable for the end users.
Excellent, excellent. And I like that, the partnership theme, right?
Yes.
Which is, I think, one of the benefits of coming together at GBTA, this convention, is for people coming together and uniting on the front. How does Shell enable its travelers to travel purposefully?
Another great question. I think there are three things. I think one is about being purpose-driven. So our purpose at Shell is about being able to create more and cleaner energy solutions. So it kind of sets all the directions of what we do. So as we travel, we really encourage our travelers to think about the relative importance of an in-person meeting versus technology. So we make every travel decision count. Now, I think it's a hard-coded requirement that we set our trip purpose and that we encourage our line managers to engage in meaningful conversations. I think number two is about making those data and options available at the point of booking so that we can hold individuals accountable of the cost and carbon.
Yes.
Yeah, so we work really hard with the TMC, and in this case FCM, but also airlines around. How do we make those CO2 footprint more visible at the point of sale? How can we actually nudge our travelers to choose more sustainable choices? For example, in certain parts of Europe, I think air to rail is very viable. There's certain hotels with the EV charging facilities, which allows our business travelers to be able to charge on the go. These are just some of the examples that we encourage people to be able to travel purposefully.
Excellent. And I like the point of sale and also the transparency, right?
That's
it's making sure that everything is transparent so that you get the buy-in, which is really good. How does your team ensure it contracts travel suppliers that share the same values in the area of sustainability and worker welfare?
Whoa, okay. We value partnership. So with a number of the airlines and hotels, we kind of over the time foster a very robust and strategic partnership. That allows us to actually to be able to set up, for example, some memorandum of understanding with a few partners to say, let's explore a few things for the mutual benefit of others. Now, one example I can think of is we recently entered into some sort of MOU with a few airlines to say, why don't we set an aspirational target on achieving SAF blending in our business travel? Now, a couple of percentage, what we call baby steps. There's an incentive to achieve them, but there's no penalty actually if we don't achieve, because self-supply is so limited. And I think there are pilots in which we are making, for example, using blockchain technologies to trace the emissions from the point of productions through to delivery of fuel network called Avelia, a product that is jointly developed by Essential, MXGBT, and Shell. So I think we can all pitch in to try and experiment, few things and take some learning from that.
Excellent. Well, Chu, it was great to visit with you. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us at the broadcast studio, and I hope you have a wonderful convention here in Atlanta.
Thank you so much, Melissa. My pleasure.
Very nice to meet you.
Same here.
I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio.